Hello, Blues. Welcome to Follow Everton. My name is Ryan. I'm the channel host. I want to talk about Everton's latest news today. That is that Everton have received 4 points back. And I want to know what your thoughts are on this. And I'll pass my thoughts. First of all, I want to give credit to Mr. Pritchard, who gave a little hint over the weekend of the four-letter word hope and said to stay calm. And ultimately, we did get the 4 points back today. Am I surprised? No. Am I disappointed? I've got to be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed. Apparently, the Independent Commission had 9 points to consider, and from Everton, that they were using to fight this argument, and 7 of them were dismissed out of hand. But they did decide that Everton, they were in agreement with Everton over a couple of points. The first one was that there was no precedence for the 10-point deduction, i.e., administration is 9 points. Where does the 10 points come from? So the Independent Commission sided with the club on that. The second thing was that they said it was a harsh punishment, and the Commission agreed that 6 points was the bare minimum, but was fair in this scenario. So, got to be honest, I was hoping for more. Am I surprised that it's not more? Not really. I think they have to do something to punish the club as a deterrent for others, and I think it's all just game playing. And Everton are an easy target to do at the moment. Without a chairman, with an interim CEO, with a club in transition of being taken over. So to be honest with you, I think it's very easy to mess Everton Football Club around, and set an example to try and scare off teams like Man City, Man United, Newcastle, for example. But I have to be honest, I was hoping for more points back. And what my concern now is that have we spent several months crying, for want of a better word, over these points that have been taken off us, whether you believe it's right or wrong, and have we allowed that to affect our performance in recent weeks? Because I believe the Crystal Palace game at Goodison Park, Everton would have won that comfortably without the pressure of the points deduction and the desperation of points. I think that would have been a routine Everton win. I also think they would have held on against Brighton. Don't get me started on Brighton, because how you can leave Lewis Dunk marked by Ben Godfrey in with the last kick of the game is beyond me. But I think we would have seen it out because we would have had a lot more composure and a lot less pressure on us. So I do feel like, have we potentially been impacted by this points deduction in a way that has not only ensured the integrity of the competition has been destroyed, but it's just basically mean we've not played as well as we could have done because of the pressure, because of the impacts of that, and thrown away points and not got results because ultimately all it was is 4 points back, but we're not getting those 2 points back at Brighton. So what do you guys think about this situation? I'm going to go to the comments. I'm sure some of you will be really happy about this. I mean, there'll be some who say, look, it's a miracle we got any points back. We should be grateful for the 4. I just wanted a little bit more. I just still feel like a 6-point deduction is going to have a massive impact on us. And now we're 5 points, I believe, ahead of Luton, but they've got a game in hand on us. So they could go to within 2 points of us. There's no more we're going to get the points back. So we've got to try and start getting some results, certainly starting with West Ham this weekend. Good evening to those watching, David and Eugene. I want this to be a comment-based show. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And we'll have some more content related to this points deduction from the likes of Robbie, Wes, Chad, and Chris, and hopefully the likes of Mabsy as well in due course. Tone Clear saying, yo, 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 good evening. It's not as much as I wanted, but maybe Sean and lads can breathe and play. Yeah, I think you're right. It must be a massive hangover to have, to know that appeal is under place. But at the same time, we've still got the second charge. I mean, is that going to get dismissed out of hand as a double jeopardy? I don't know. But if we forget about that for a moment, you could say that it does give them some perspective and clarity. Eugene saying City will get a points deduction next. Yeah, they'll certainly be up there. But I think Nottingham Forest are in for I'd say if the minimum is 6 points, then Forest are going to get a 6-point deduction, and they'll be the ones that are relegated ahead of Everton this season if that's the case. Thank you, Mr. Sniffer. Appreciate that. Make sure you like and subscribe. He's saying good news for teams like Newcastle and City can spend what they want now. Do you think it's not a deterrent, 6 points? Because I think still 6 points is a big deterrent in the title race. It could have massive impact. If Man City got deducted 6 points a season, there's no way that Liverpool would drop another 6 points. The league title would be, sewn up on that decision. I personally think all these punishments should be at the start of a season, and that Everton should have been handed a 6 point deduction to come in force next season. Same with Nottingham Forest. In all fairness, I don't know how you can impose sanctions during the season when the ramifications are so high. I mean, Luton must feel very aggrieved at the moment. David, one of our VIP members, just says, "Hi, David. Thank you very much for supporting the channel and being a VIP member. Much appreciated." He says, still looking for clarity on why the 6. I understand the math that it gets us down from 10 to 6, but still looking for details on why the 6. I think they're making it up as they're going along, David. And I think they just said that was the minimum. It seems very, very discretionary the way they've approached this. Damien says he can't agree with me. We didn't concede against Brighton because we've been deducted 10 points instead of. What I mean by that, I mean, your point is valid, but have we played with less composure because we're more panicky? Because we're desperate for points. Whereas if we're sitting, say, with another 10 points on the board, we're going into games like against Palace and Brighton. I think we may have a little bit more composure and a relaxed edge about us. Emma, another one of our VIP members. Thank you very much, Emma, for supporting the channel. She says, unless things drastically change on the pitch, I'm worried it won't be enough. We're averaging at the moment about a point a game. 25 points, I think we've got now, 25 games played. Even with the points deduction, the way we've been playing over the last sort of 9 games, we seem to, we obviously not won in a quarter of a season. That's unacceptable in my opinion. But you can't criticize Sean Dyche without getting in trouble. But I think, yeah, I think we'll have enough. I think now we need 3 wins to stay up. We've run 25. I'd say 1 win, 28, another win, 31, 34 points. 3 wins and a draw will be enough. And we've got 13 games to do it. Come on, we can do it. This shouldn't be our existence. We shouldn't just be about trying to survive. It's boring. Sniffer reiterates the comment before about administration. He said it can't be worse than going into administration, which is a 9-point deduction. I agree. We might as well have gone into administration and in that instance and just taken the 9 bloody points and signed a load of players to get us up the league. If that hadn't worked, gone into administration and took the 9 points. Damien, good question. He asks, does the 10-point deduction galvanise the team? I think, to be honest, no. I think that was the media bullshit. We were actually, and keep getting your comments and questions in, by the way. It's a good question, Damien. I think we'd gone into the points deduction on a real good vein of form, winning a few games, getting some decent results. And of course, when we got the points deduction, then we suddenly lost to Man United at home. It was very tepid, possibly the shock and the overwhelming nature, and it was a bad game. And then we ended up winning 4 in the bounce. I don't think we were galvanised by it. I think the team was set up in a different way. I think we were pressing high. We were pinning on opposition players, getting right in the faces and making it life very difficult. And the way we've played in recent games has been a lot more passive. And I get against Brighton, low block, counter-attack, but the transition wasn't there for us. There wasn't the opportunities to get the ball back and spring the counter-attacks in the same way. David says it's probably a psychological effect. Yes and no. I think it's an excuse that we shouldn't have to hide behind. But I think it's an easy excuse to make. Peter says they're going to take 10 points off us again. I hope not. I hope not. How can you punish someone for the same thing twice in the same season for the same thing? Is that saying we're going to have do it for the third time? Stephen Smith, no P45 for Masters. Yeah, apparently he's hated by a lot of people, Richard Masters. And I did see him celebrating with Jurgen Klopp yesterday as Liverpool won their Mickey Mouse trophy. I don't know what to say about Richard Masters, to be honest. He's just a narcissist, isn't he? Right, have we got any more comments? Have we got any? Does anyone want to jump on? You stick in the comments. Otherwise, we'll leave it there. So that's just my initial reaction to it, and we'll definitely have a lot more coverage on this in the coming days. But Everton have been given 4 points back. 13 games to play, I believe. We've still got to play, as Damien says here, Burnley, Forest, Brentford, and Sheffield at home. The only thing is, Damien, are these good fixtures? Because if we lose them, that can take them away from trouble. Certainly in the instances of Forest and Brentford, Sheffield and Burnley will probably already be well relegated by that point. So you'd imagine they'll be playing with less pressure and just going out there for the fun of it. But we've got to be winning all those games. If we win 3 games, we will be probably there or thereabouts. Eugene saying smash the like button. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's so annoying. Neil Mope doing well, and he's an arse, isn't he? He's writing my captain on under Lewis Dunk's page on Instagram. And yes, guys, I'm aware I need to get my setup back. At the end of the month, I will be getting a headset for use on this phone so we can do more on the fly videos. But I won't be getting the winner at Old Trafford. Unbelievable. Burley scored a goal for us. And finally, yeah, just tell them to shut up. Just tell them to shut up. They were rubbish as well. Right, that's all from me. I'm going to wrap things up, and we'll see you very soon. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so, and we'll have more content. I believe tomorrow on the 27th at around 7. I'm not sure if it's 7 a.m. or 7 p.m. Someone's scheduled a stream, so keep your lookout for that, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much, guys.